What's going on, Dominators? Finally, here we are again. I have collected some interesting Worldwar attacks for you. Also, currently raiding in the multiplayer. Got pretty much stuck in my account because I recognized when, again, the walls are finished and maxed out completely. You are collecting so much food and gold that it's getting boring and nearly has no sense anymore to raid in multiplayer. The only reason I am doing is because my generals are not my general is not completely maxed. We can use 3 generals in the game, most obviously for a long time now. This has not changed in offensive matter, and I decided to take, like most others, Churchill, Hannibal when I got or when I unlock him, as well as Shukov in the Cold War age. So for the late game, for the long-term view, I prefer those 3 generals, but currently I only have access to Churchill, and I am in the Cold War age, therefore I can only level him to level 60, and currently my Churchill is now at level 55, upgrading to 56, so I'm getting closer to the maximum of level 60. Because I have so much oil, I don't want to waste it, and I don't even less want to sit on a bunch of oil, a bunch of gold, and a bunch of food, and to have any more intrinsic motivation to go to the multiplayer. At least raiding oil is my motivation, and therefore I decided to use my armory to research the general, and also afterwards, when I have finished Churchill, I can later on focus for Hannibal, and then after reaching the space age also, or probably simultaneously, for Shukov. I missed Hannibal's research for a long time and did not do that much research because the mercenary hit points are pretty valuable, but I thought it's that long way over there. Let's do other things first. But now I recognized how important this will be for me to get Hannibal, and now approximately 3.5 weeks ago, I started really hard focusing at Hannibal, and now I think it's getting on and on. And in total, I don't know how much time this will take, but I'm calculating now, and this is just a rule of thumb, with about approximately 2.5 more months to get the complete research done at getting for the capstone, so unlocking my new general. I am at level 244. Oh, sorry, I wanted to click at my level button, but when I'm clicking at it, I am pausing the video without intention, so I cannot click at my level button. But I'm close to level 245. Level 246 will enable me. I can show you some multiplayer text, so it's not that boring. Level 256 will enable me to go to the Cold War age. No, not Cold War, the Space Age. And I also want to get to the Space Age because, especially the museum trick I showed to you within one of my last videos, is pretty helpful. And currently I'm stuck in the museum. I can research slightly a little bit and upgrade my artifacts, but the chance to get better artifacts seems to be zero. There was an event running approximately a month ago where the chances of getting high level sorry where the chance was pretty high to get high level attributes within your artifacts, but I spent 35,000 of my dump fragments and did not get at least one very good artifact. I think I created 2 which were valuable for other purposes I am not playing currently, and therefore I saved them, but they have no use for me currently. But there was not a single artifact I said, okay, boom, I will take this, it's better than what I already got. That was pretty frustrating. But now also I'm waiting. I'm collecting my daily fragments. So I'm nearly again at 10,000. In defensive manner, I also have upgraded my base. I can show it to you later. Most of my valuable defense structures are now upgraded, and so it's only a matter of time when I finally reach level 246 to go up to the space age, because there are nearly no tremendous upgrades anymore, which I have to get, or which I want to get before starting to the space age. Yeah, only some minor ones. Yeah, perfect. So all of the traps I recognize or I value as valuable, I have already upgraded. Also my towers are all 8 completely ready. The missile silo should be, yeah, it is upgraded to the maximum stage. I cannot upgrade the stronghold. The bunkers are really long. That were one of my very first things to upgrade. Within the last event, the stables, the tank depots got cost reduced, so they were cheaper than ordinary, and so I could manage to get all of these 3 stables or depots running. And now the fourth one is nearly finished. I have done 2/3 of the complete time, so approximately 7 or 8 days I have already done, and only 4.5 or 5 nearly are missing. Then also all of the depots are done, the air defenses are done. I did 2 of my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 anti-tank guns, and so 3 more anti-tank guns I have to do. The mortars, I would like to do them, but currently I don't see any sense in upgrading my mortars. They are not that important anymore like they have been. I have already done my fort, so it's also maxed up. I will not do, which I intended, but I'm currently not doing it, my oil wells. The oil wells had been a pretty important role to me, but currently there is that much loot in the multiplayer that I don't need the additional oil income. So I will also let them down, probably, and pretty sure I will do 1 more garrison. And in total, yeah, I need from level 245 to 246 a lot of EP, so let me do all of this, probably also the sniper towers, and then with reaching level 246 I will pretty fast go straight to the space age. Yeah, so let us talk about, I assume, a month? Approximately a month, yeah. And now let's come to the Worldwar attacks. I have 4 more Worldwar attacks, but I'm not sure whether I can show them all to you. Probably I will do an additional video to the Worldwar attacks, and I only show you the Worldwar attacks of the current World War, which now has ended. Unfortunately, we lost. But the loss we did, the enemies were definitely superior to us. They had stronger bases, but they attacked not that good. They attacked with brute force, so I can show you if you are interested. I can show the attacks of them. In my opinion, they attacked not bad, but also it was this, they did not have skilled attacks. I have seen multiple elephant archers, nighthawks, bazookas, so they overrun our bases also pretty fast. So for example, there have been 2 attacks within 2 minutes and 20 now, 149. So they were pretty fast because of these troop tactics, and we had much more to struggle to get their bases down. Especially enemy number 2 and enemy number 1, which I had to do. We have level 8 Filipinos over here, and we also have level 8 Egyptians coalition. And the Filipinos coalition I recognized is pretty damn nasty, due to the fact that the generals are getting more health, and especially at higher bases this will be nasty, but the invading airstrip troops are getting reduced by half their damage, and I definitely recognize this. I mean, I had 1 level 7 offense coalition active, and it have been the Americans, so the strength, no, not the strength, but the durability of my planes had been increased, so my planes had ordinary damage, and due to the Filipino coalition they only had half damage within this attack, and this was incredibly nasty and hard to go. So hopefully you enjoy, see the attack at enemy number 2. Pretty tough base in my opinion, was not completely maxed out, nevertheless I had to fight a lot. We have a lot of troops in the stronghold. But I have also to admit, currently I'm feeling really comfortable with the commando strategy. I think I adopted it pretty good. And yeah, I'm not sure, but I really think that without the commando strategy I would not been able to take down those bases. I mean with heavy tanks or ordinary composition. I've never tried bazookas because bazooka only attacks have not been attractive to me. I don't like them. It's a personal opinion. But with the commando attacks, yeah, I feel pretty comfortable at, especially at higher bases. And I call this a higher base. It's only level 252, but the layout is pretty okay, I think. And most important defense structures are upgraded. And also the 2 level 8 defense collisions made my life a lot harder in this attack. So this is also where the attack gets really slow. I mean, it's definitely more than half of the battle done. 75% of all hit points already destructed, and nevertheless, half of the time which the attack took and lasted me are still to go. And I can speed it up now because it's getting too long now. Especially in the end of the battle, where most of the defenders are already erased, most of the own troops are already dead. You are caring about keeping your planes alive, getting the last structures down. It is that much a hard fight to don't lose too many troops and get the nasty generals away. And you see, these are only level 29 and 25 generals, and my planes seem to do no damage to them, no. Now let's imagine those generals are level 50, 60 or horribly even level 70. I don't know how to deal about those generals in this case. I mean, only if you have an offense collision. I don't know how the offense collision is called, but there's one offense collision which increases your plane's health, not your plane's health. I mean, not the Americans, but the other offense collision, where the offense power of my generals, of the planes is going up. How is it called? Where you get the bazookas. Ethiopians, sorry, I meant the Ethiopians. If you have a high level Ethiopian collision, it may counter effect the Filipinos. So the Filipinos are decreasing the strength of your planes and the Ethiopians are increasing them again. So in total you should have ordinary strong planes. Sorry, it's pretty late for me. Sorry for all of this content mistakes. Here we have enemy number 1. He, she, whatever, only has 1 defense collision, and it's also only level 7, not level 8. The base of enemy number 2 was pretty much more nasty to me due to the fact that I was unable. I mean, I already dropped 2 infanterists and 1 bazooka, and all of them died, and I was close to desperation because I could not trigger those generals, and there is a level 50 general, and this really pissed me off. And also I was sure that there are again troops in the stronghold like in the previous attack, and I had to get those stronghold troops out to be successful over here. So I lost a lot of time at this attack already, approximately 20 or 30 seconds, and I was completely aware of this, and I was also aware of the fact that the defense collision will make me a lot harder life due to the fact that the defense structures have more hit points. So I considered I have to get the 50% quicker than ordinary, and therefore I decided to put out some troop tactics, like you can see over here 3 times Impi army, I think it's an Impi army, because I was frightened of getting the 50% too late and therefore missing the quick victory star, but in total that was really freaking fast. I mean, now we are already at 65%, and the battle is only lasting for 30 seconds. So that was quite not a long battle, especially the time after having done all of the defense structures, which is ordinary getting pretty slow with commandos, went very good over here. I mean, the troops worked from the outside to the inner side of the base. There were not a lot of buildings and hit point sources remaining. So sometimes you have at the left, at the right, at the top sides a cluster of hit points remaining. And over here I had the luck that my troops ran pretty good and attacked it from all sides very much symmetrically, which made it easier for me to get through the base. So we lost the World War. Congratulations to our enemy alliance. The loss of the World War was pretty much okay, because our attacks were definitely not good enough. We wasted a lot of attacks which
which could have been better than they were. So therefore I think the loss is completely right and it's okay. Sorry for having not any more content for you, but I feel like having all very important. Why is an oil over here missing? Sorry. So sorry for having not any more content for you, but currently it feels like most of the important content which I have to say is already said, and I'm not a fan of just talking to have talked. I am talking when it's necessary, and otherwise I'm shutting down and enjoying my life. And so hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you keep loyal to the channel, and even when the videos are getting more sparsely or more rare uploaded, you are not leaving me. You are a great community. See you soon. Your domination tips.